Good morning, everyone. I am sorry for the weird double stream, I guess. I tried to stream this morning, but as I was and by this morning I mean like an hour ago, as I started my stream, the game that I was going to play stopped working. And so I had to try and figure out why it was being stupid. So that's why I'm here now. Because I did finally get it to work. I don't know, internet be like that sometimes, games be like that sometimes, things just don't work, and it sucks. But, we're here now, and I got my game working, and we're gonna play some Final Fantasy. I know most people won't be watching, which is fine. I I understand everyone's busy and got their lives, but I feel like I'm probably gonna do a little bit of a longer stream today and relax a little bit. Just kind of have fun. I'm gonna do some speedrun quests, which means I won't be reading much of the text, which means if you expect me to read the text, I am sorry to disappoint you. I won't. Okay, so here we are. We're doing a bunch of moogle quests, because the moogles are the most adorable. So I'm just gonna be doing those. I grabbed a whole bunch, so we'll do a bunch and then collect the rewards for them. Basically, I just kind of want to do all the quests in a region, and then, that'd be it. Oh, hello. Let's see. Which one are you? It just says die, so I'm just gonna kill you. Cool, cool, cool. Man, I've been exhausted lately. Hey, Myro, how's it going? Yeah, I'm doing okay. I was just saying I've been tired lately. I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before, but I napped all day. Don't tell my boss. I still did my job, I just took lots of naps. I've just been super tired and exhausted. I feel like one of those movies where there's a ghost that's secretly haunting you and sucking all your energy out. That's me. I have no energy. Ghosts be sucking on me. Whoops. A little damage there. It's fine. I went to stream earlier and freaking Final Fantasy went down. The servers went down for all of EU. Right as I was starting my stream. So I was in the game already, and I started the stream, and I was just double checking that the notification went out, and then Final Fantasy was just done. So had to deal with that. Speaking of Twitch, nobody said anything about Twitch except me. So speaking of Twitch, how you guys feel about that leak? I think it's interesting because yeah, the Twitch leak. You don't know about it, Myro? What, are you living under a rock? Where Twitch's all of Twitch data basically was leaked. So you should probably change your password and set up two-factor, just to be safe. But they posted the amounts that certain streamers make from their streams, how much Twitch paid them, which I thought was interesting. And then it says they got passwords and like a bunch of other shit too, so it's not a great day. Hello, you guys playing with this dragon? Okay, cool. I mean that dragon's just chilling there. I don't know what you're taking care of him for. But yeah, yeah, that's kind of what I said. I was like, I ain't got no followers. It'll be fine. Nobody wants this. Um, I think it's mainly interesting because of the payment amounts. Everyone was all surprised by how much certain Twitch streamers make, which I found kind of funny, honestly. Boop. I think it's interesting that the world has sort of built up this thing where it's like, let's not talk about how much people get paid for stuff. And I think that's weird. I kind of feel like it used to be that it was like, oh yeah, we talk about how much we get paid because we want people to go into our same like job, or we want people to know like what their possible future options are. But like nowadays everything's in guesstimations, and it's just like amounts that people like make up instead of like having like a regular set amount based on a title or experience. I don't know if that makes sense, but like, let's say for me, I'm a developer. Developers can make anywhere between 40,000 a year and 250,000 a year, depending on the place, time, experience, all that jazz. Which is fine, you know. It like makes sense that there's levels, there's differences depending on the region that you live in because of the cost of living, those sorts of things. Those all make sense. I think one of the things that I find interesting about it is that there's this, like I said, this idea that you shouldn't share that information, which I think is really weird. From my perspective, I don't see an issue with sharing the amount that you make. There's different ways that people share amounts that they make. There's like the bragging way, and there's like more the educational way. And I feel like it shouldn't be such a negative topic. I remember when I was in school, and they were like, pick a job that you want to do. And I was looking at different jobs. They were like, make sure you take into consideration where you live and how much you'll make. And it was so difficult to figure out what jobs made what money and why I would want which jobs versus other jobs, and like the probabilities of actually getting, you know, successful in a certain job versus another job. So like what I mean is, oh, it's down at the bottom. Whoops. Let's take YouTuber for example. You know, I feel like people should be taught what some YouTubers can make, highs and lows, and the other factors associated with it. Sorry, I got distracted trying to figure out what I was doing. So let's say, like again, for YouTuber, the other factors associated with it would be things like where you live, region, travel, you know, becoming popular, the amount of networking and things like that you'd have to do, the probability of you becoming a successful YouTuber versus an unsuccessful YouTuber, all of that sort of information. I feel like that kind of stuff's never talked about. It's always just, what job do you want and how much does it make? And then the information is just not clear. So when I was looking for a job, or when I was looking for like what I wanted to do with my life, I had a really difficult time because I was sort of raised of the idea that the amount of money you make is the most important thing. And so I felt like I had to pick a job that made a lot of money. but would also be, excuse me, something that there are a lot of people who need somebody to do this job. So like it's not a job that's like I'm just gonna walk. It's not a job that's like super popular or is required, but not a lot of people do it. So there's a lot of openings and job opportunities. Um, so trying to like figure all that out was really difficult because it felt like I had no frame of reference to do a comparison. The information just wasn't clear, and there wasn't enough information for me to know and make an educated decision on those things. And it was because of the lack of sharing about your job and your, you know, the parts of it, I guess you could say. It's kind of a weird thing, but my point is so I don't see the whole Twitch thing being a huge negative, because I do think it's sort of an educational thing of like what ifs or what could be. Um, because I feel like I recently on Philip DeFranco, you know, there was a point where he asked if people thought that YouTubers count as celebrities, because sometimes people act like YouTubers are not celebrities and that they shouldn't get to go to the same things as celebrities, things like parties and stuff like that. And I don't agree with that. I think a celebrity can be a lot of different things. Excuse me. Different job titles. But it's this weird thing that we put into this one box of celebrities are actors and actresses. You know? But like if you think about it, there are political celebrities. There are, as dumb as it sounds, medical celebrities. Look at Dr. Fauci, you know, everyone knows his name. That's what the definition of a celebrity is to me, is that everyone knows your name. So, you know, it's weird to me. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna ask my husband to bring me something. I was hoping my migraine would get better, but it's like so bad. Yeah, I don't see why people don't want to talk about income. In the dance theater industry, I feel like it's talked about a lot, probably because most people jump from project to project a lot. Yeah, I think it's, yeah, knowing which offers you should take. And that's kind of like what I'm getting at too, is like, I feel like because there's this lack of education, it creates this sort of weird realm where people take opportunities that they get less than they should be getting. So a really good example is entry-level jobs. If we look again at developers, my job, you know, I remember when I was entry-level that I was looking for a job and I could not find one because all of the entry-level jobs required like 5 years experience and they paid garbage. They literally paid like nothing. And I remember that I finally found an entry-level job, and once I was ready, I switched to, when I went to switch to a new job, I didn't know how to look for a job because of how it had been presented to me previously. I didn't feel that I was advanced enough to say that I was like an expert. So like what comes after entry level? And why was it that after entry level, it was the assumption that you should have 20 years experience? So I ended up having to basically go for a second entry level job instead of going into a higher portion of the market. And then I had problems with actually finding a job that would pay me a reasonable amount because they're considered entry level and they label it as entry level, so they pay you less. But from my perspective, I didn't know what good pay was. I didn't know what I should be making based on my experience. And like I was very confused about what I should be doing. Like who I could ask, because I would try to talk with my coworkers about it, and they would get really offended about this concept of like discussing pay. And it's like it's it's not going to hurt you. Like it's not like I would tell you how much I make and you're going to go to the boss and be like, that's not fair, I want this person to make less, and they're going to lower how much I make. Like that's not how it works. If anything, you find out how much I make, you have the same experience as me, and you're making less than me, you should be going to the boss and saying it's not fair because we're on the same level and you're paying me half as much as they're getting. So it should be something that you utilize to make sure you're getting paid properly. But like, I feel like people are they hold it so close to their chest. They're so afraid to like share that information. And I don't know if it's because they're afraid that they're being cheated, or if they're afraid that it'll be used against them in some way, or if it's just because of how they were taught and raised. Because, like, I remember growing up that there was, like, a period of time that I was told that you never share your pay. And it never made sense to me because, like, what the fuck does it matter? Like, it's my business. I can share it if I want. But that information is very important. And so as much as I feel like the way that this was done, the fact that it was done without, he said he's gonna eat me. The fact that it was done without their permission or them wanting it to be seen is wrong. It's inherently wrong. But the fact that that information is hidden in the first place, I think is another factor. If they don't want to share it, that's up to them. But I do think people should feel more comfortable sharing how much they make. I feel like there's a lot of concern that it's also going to be a thing of, oh, well, you make so much, why don't you donate more to charity? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Because everyone's going to tell you how you should do things, how you should use your money and, like, exist. Hey, Tam. Welcome. But I think it's on you how to decide those things, and somebody else can give you suggestions, but it's not your problem. And, like, I think that you shouldn't let that hold you back from allowing you to provide information that could help other people that came from the same place where you were. Because that's how I see it, is when I was first starting as a developer, if somebody had shared that information with me, it would have helped me a lot in the long run to figure out that I was actually worth something, to help build my confidence and help me feel like I had value. And because of that, I am more than willing to share what I make, when I made it, where I made it, because I feel like if I had known that information, then, it would have helped me. So I want to help someone else. But yeah, so I think in base levels, just to reiterate, Twitch information leak, bad. Sharing your pay, fine if you want to. But yeah, it's definitely a thing that it's kind of like that borderline where, like, if the people who were being paid decided on their own to share that information, it would be fine. But because it was taken, that control of their information was taken from them, I think that's unfair. Oh. Well, you're doing what's right for him. So you gotta think about his life in the long run and how it'll affect him. And that's the important thing. Even if it is sad. Aha. I'm helping all the moogles today. I think that's how it always feels when something like that happens. This feeling of you failed or you didn't do enough or you could have done more. But I mean, you can't look at it like that. You have to think about, you know, the time that you guys spent together, what you gained from it. You learned a lot about caring for something other than yourself. And, you know, take it for what it's worth, a learning experience, and, you know, um, you may part ways and it may be a separate future, but it's okay to miss him. Just remember all the good times, you know? Or you could be like me and just cry constantly. It's okay to cry, by the way. I can't tell if my husband's ignoring my message or if he just hasn't seen it, or if he just thinks I'm bothering him. Probably just hasn't seen it. Oops. Oh boy, graduating. That's always exciting. Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to click this. Ugh, I didn't mean to attack you. I was trying to click this seed. But it's fine. I'll just... you. What is STX? Oh, it's like a gym. Like a gym for gymnasts, not like a gym for working out, right? No, we have gymnasiums. I mean, where do you think gymnasts go? It's just like a you know, like a different. Here we call them both gyms, but it's how we reference them in a sentence to which one we're referring to, I guess. Hmm. Then yeah, I don't know. In education, so not to do with sports or fitness. Okay, okay, so it is different than a. Okay, okay. I want to look it up. Let me see. Is it like a specific, like school? Huh. Wow, your guys' school structure is so different than mine. That's interesting. That's pretty cool, though. So, like, what kind of things did you learn there? Is it like a teaching thing to figure out what you want to do for your future, or is it more like just specific subjects? I can't blame you there. I can actually explain the American school system a little bit if you guys are interested. It's just school but harder. Hmm. So it's kind of like prep school is what I'm thinking of. Uh, the US does have something like that. But normally it's like in addition to your regular classes that you do like prep school after school. Um, ooh, so you can get a black hat? I mean, it sounds like you know what kind of hat you want to go for then. The coolest one. Oh, interesting. So you chose quite a few languages. I mean, I guess Danish is your local language, so it doesn't really count. But yeah, Spanish, history, math, and physics. Ancient history, chemistry, and others. Cool. Yeah, because you did 3 years, so you would have had a lot of different subjects, huh? Myro, don't worry about it. These cute little red dragons. Don't worry, Myro, I didn't go either. Yeah, I couldn't deal with any more Germans, darn bomber. Just kidding. What am I supposed to be doing here? I forgot. Recover baskets. Okay, so there should be baskets around here somewhere. Do I have to kill something to recover baskets? We'll see. Yeah, when I learned German, it was very difficult. But I thought Spanish was way harder for me. Of course, I didn't learn Spanish because I was spiteful, so like that's fine. Is your religion teacher just a hard ass or something? Like overly strict? Yeah. Yeah, I took a lot of subjects in school. Let me see. So I had kind of an interesting upbringing because I did move so much. Oh god. Tim, that's awful. Yeah, German spicy Danish. Um no spice please. Remove spice from my meal. Ugh. casual racism is pretty. That's awful. That's shit. I don't know. I feel like I have a very unique perspective on schooling and interacting with lots of races. Since I grew up moving every couple years, I interacted with a lot of people. A lot. And I went to a very wide variety of schools. So in the United States, depending on the state you're in and the location in that state that you're in, it decides the majority of the race of the kids in the school. Just because of the region, like how people purchase houses, the areas they purchase houses in, where they end up living, you know, like that whole thing. Sorry, I'm gonna eat crackers while I talk to you guys, so I'm sorry, but enjoy the ASMR, I guess. I'm just not feeling great, so. Cracker gang. But yeah, so I interacted with a lot of people. And I went to schools where it was mostly African Americans. And then I went to schools where it was mostly whites, mostly Hispanic. Like, I've been in a variety of areas that have had huge differences in, you know, race and the students that attend the schools. I don't know. It's just something I got used to. Like, I've been around a lot of people. And I remember being at certain schools where there would be very white. And they would have these unfortunate racial undertones. And I always hated it. You can also tell a lot of the schools, depending on where you are and the community, what state you're in, will be way more religious. So, like, I remember, let's see. I think it was Ohio. Ohio had, like, a weird thing with, like, their sex education classes. Where, like, they were just... I don't know, it was like they didn't want to tell you. They were like, if you kiss, you'll make a baby. Don't kiss. And it's like, excuse me? That's not how that works. And I remember getting in trouble in classes for, like, correcting the teacher because, like, I had already taken that class in another school. And, it's so... I don't know, it's so shit. Like, it's... The system is built up in a way that it forces certain races to be stuck in certain areas with certain jobs. And it's just blatant racism. But, like, people act like it's normal. And I hate it. I don't know. My parents raised me to just like people. And I don't necessarily look for the differences between races or, like, good or bad or anything like that. Like, it's just, we're all just people, we're all just chillin'. Like, let's be friends, you know? Where the fuck is this little guy who's gonna give me a quest? There he is. Hiding. Hey, Wolf. Oh, thanks for the subscription. I appreciate it. But yeah, I think it's weird that, like, in the US, it's so different, the education from one state to another. And, like, the way that they frame situations and information. It's just kind of, like, shitty that you end up essentially being falsely advertised to based on your location and the opinions of the people in your area. And oof. Yeah, that's a no. But I think it's an educational thing, is what I'm getting at. So like, when I went to schools where there were a large number of white people, it tended to be that they did not know the proper terminology or how to like react with people of color. They just made assumptions about them as people and how they acted and the words that they used. And in doing so, they sort of built up these, racial profiles. But it was based on the information they were provided in the school. It wasn't necessarily something that they were like getting on their own. It was like the teachers in the school were kind of teaching them that this is how people of color are. This is how Hispanic people are. This is how Mexicans are. Because in California, that was a big thing. That it was like Mexicans are bad and they take all of our jobs, and it was like bullshit. Like, it's very weird because it's all region based, and so it's like the education system is built around the specific opinions of the people in that area, and it just reiterates and spreads that hate and that uneducation, that lack of information. So instead of actually being properly educated and, open to things, you're basically being taught to be bigoted and a racist without even realizing it. You're taught that certain words are okay and others aren't. When I was in a school that was mostly people of color, they regularly used the N-word, and the white kids that did go there regularly used the N-word because it was, something that was being used around them and with them and that. But, like it's hard to like build a line there then. You reach a point where it's like, why is it okay for this person but not this person, and is it okay because of this or that, and it just makes it uncomfortable and weird. So like I always just stay away from words like that. Just no thanks. I just avoid it. But I can definitely see where it becomes this sort of rabbit hole trap that like you are, as a child, you're mimicking and learning from your surroundings. And if your surroundings are bad, you're mimicking and learning bad habits. But I feel that it's difficult to completely blame that on the kids, and even as they get older. And I think that's why I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, just because I feel like lack of education is a real issue, and region-based education and education based on local opinions is so commonplace in the United States specifically. I don't know about other countries, but I feel like the opportunity to learn the correct way of handling things and using certain words is not there. Yep. And I think the problem is that people get locked into these ideals. Like, ow, 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 Mari, why? She just jumped up and she stabbed me with her little claws. I think the problem is that people get locked into these ideals. It's kind of like if you have two little kids, okay? And you tell these little kids, one of them's got parents that are very open with them, one of them has parents that, keep things secret. They both ask where babies come from. One of them says that babies are made by giving kisses. The other one says that babies are made, the real way. When they go to school and they compare notes, it will lead to them arguing because their parent is always correct in their eyes. And so you're taking this adult that they recognize and they know as being correct and knowledgeable, and you're now saying that that person lied to you, that person is wrong. And so the problem lies in that people believe so strongly that the person that they collected their information from is correct, that that makes them correct, and nobody can prove them wrong. And that's where the issue lies, in my opinion, is that inability to learn and change and only think that certain people are correct. I think if you can't take the time to research on your own and educate yourself, then you're just avoiding, you know, the effort involved in existing with people, because there's so many different things you need to learn. I recently learned about a like really, really gruesome and awful practice done in certain countries. And it sounds awful to me. And if somebody were to describe it to me, I would be pretty horrified and I'd be like, that's pretty fucked up. But in their culture, that's a normal thing, and that's something they do because of their religion. They believe in it. Where the fuck is this moogle hiding? And the thing is like, even though it's something that I may think is wrong, dangerous, hurtful, could kill someone, you know, I don't have a right to tell them that they're wrong because of how that belief is made. And I think that's kind of where I land in sort of the awkward gray zone of it all. You know, it's how do you decide who's right and wrong when you both have a reason for your opinions? The problem is finding a reason to change your opinions. Yeah, we could talk about it another time. I don't want to mention it here because it is something that is interesting, but it still lands in sort of a graphic realm of probably not safe for Twitch. Where the fuck is this moogle hiding? I've flown everywhere. There's one left. Where are you? If anyone sees it and I'm just blind, please let me know, because fuck me, like, I do not see this moogle. He'd be hiding real good. Yeah, and I think you make a good point. When beliefs start to hurt people, that's when they're no longer beliefs and they're just hurtful. And I think drawing the lines is where the issues always come in. Because how do you draw those lines? How do you say one person's opinion is right over another's? I mean, a lot of it has to do with education. And it's just a question of how do you educate yourself? Oh, there he is, little shit. He was here the whole time. Oh, I wouldn't have checked there. He's like outside the circle. Yeah, I do agree with you, Wolf. It's sort of a thing where everyone should be allowed to have their opinion, even if you think their opinion is wrong. I think that they should be open to discussing it, but I also think there's a line there. So I think I can say that I don't like this type of person who has this opinion. I'm allowed that. I don't want to be around them. I don't want to be friends with them. That's fine. That's okay. You're entitled to it. They're entitled to theirs. That's it. You know? There shouldn't be any, like, big awful fight about it. The problem I have is when it's a double-edged sword, okay? Let's say someone is racist, okay? I try to talk to them about it. They don't understand. Instead of making fun of them for not understanding or telling them they're stupid for not understanding, I think that you can provide them information in a friendly manner that can get the information across in a way that they can understand. There's always a way to talk to people. It just depends on the person you're speaking to. It depends on how they understand things. It depends on a lot of factors. And you can't use the same method for everyone. When you become aggressive with somebody and you say, my opinion's right and you're a bad person for having a different opinion, or you're a bad person for having your opinion, that's where issues come in. You should never say someone's a bad person for having their opinion. You should never say that they're uneducated for having their opinion. there's a way to say that without saying it. I think that when you come at them with that aggression, it puts them in a position where they want to argue it. They want to say, how dare you, my opinion's right and you're being an asshole, because they feel attacked. So I think a lot of the times when you have something like that, you have to approach it in a more friendly manner. And this is just from my experience. It doesn't work every time. Sometimes there's no way to like get across to someone that maybe they just need to research a little bit more. But I think if you strongly believe and you strongly think that you want someone to share your opinion, you need to put in the effort as much as you expect them to put in the effort. You can't just say, well, go educate yourself or go figure it out or, read something. You provide them the resources, you provide them explanations with details, and you provide it in a reasonable way. So let's say Wolf says cats are better than dogs, and I disagree with him. I wouldn't say, well, cats fucking suck, dogs rule, fuck you and your cats. Like, no, no. That's not a way to go about it. It's just gonna piss him off and he's gonna be like, how fucking dare you? And it's gonna make it heated. It's gonna make it an argument instead of a discussion. What I would normally do is something like, well, I can see your perspective, but have you thought about it like this? Or have you read this article about how dogs can actually help, figure out cancers, but cats don't currently have that ability. So I think that makes dogs better because they can assist us in these ways. So it's like how you word it that makes a huge difference to how people accept the information. I think that if you come at it too aggressively, no one wants to be told they're wrong or told that they're dumb or told that they're making the wrong decisions or that they're hurting people. At least not in my eyes. That's always my assumption, is that they're not saying these things because they're trying to hurt someone or because they think that people are, dumber than them. They're saying them because they honestly believe that that's the correct thing, and they don't see it as a harmful thing. Oh, hiccups, why? So I think if you provide them information in this sort of more discussional way, it reduces the chance that they feel attacked. And in reducing the chance that they feel attacked, you increase the chance that they'll actually listen to your opinion and that they may do more research on their own. It's always good to provide them articles too, or information, or places that they can collect information that they may not have looked at before. Because the problem arises when you say, go research, and someone does. Okay, so let's say cats and dogs again. I'm trying to think of like good examples, but all I can come up with is cats and dogs. If I tell Wolf that he should research and figure out like what to do or what's right and what's wrong, what Wolf is going to research is, why are cats better than dogs? He's not going to research the differences between cats and dogs. He's going to research, why is my opinion correct and theirs wrong? And it's not an inherent, like, purposeful thing. It's not that they're doing it because they're like, oh, I disagree with you, so I'm gonna only look up articles that fit my narrative. The thing is that when you're talking with somebody who's of a different opinion, their brain's looking at it in a different way. It's a different viewpoint, So you can't assume that they will look up things in the same way that you would. You have to assume that they don't know how. Because otherwise you're setting yourself up to fail them. You're not helping them with information. You're not really teaching them what they're looking for. And it's not changing their opinion. It's, if anything, it's probably just annoying them because now they're just looking up things that they've already read and they already believe, instead of looking up things that are actually informational for the alternative, the opposite side of the argument. And it doesn't make anyone a bad person to have that mistake where they tend to look up things that are based or biased in their opinion. But it does make it really difficult when somebody's, wow, I'm floating. That's cool. It's because of the model's hitbox, but you know, it's fine. But, you know, I think that's just the way that I see it, is go about it in a way where it seems like you're talking to them as a person and treating them with respect and like not necessarily validating their opinion, but requesting that they, or providing them the information to possibly argue their opinion, but not flat out be like the same opposite way. You know, you don't want to be the person who says, well, I did a Google search on why are dogs better than cats. Like, you're just as bad as them at that point. You need to find something that has a middle ground when you're educating somebody on stuff. If you're only providing them your argument, it's the same issue that they're gonna be like, oh well, you're only looking it up to fit your narrative. But yeah, that's just what I think I've learned over the time, you know, over the years of arguing with people. A good way is to think of that you're bending things to fit better for how their brain sees it. Sorry, I'm still eating crackers. I do agree there's still people that it doesn't work with. 100%. I just think that should always be the goal, is to not argue with someone, because once you get to a point where you are arguing with somebody, you've lost the chance to educate them. You've lost the chance to help them see alternatives or think about possible alternatives. The door is no longer open because they're mad and they just want to spite you at this point. You know, they just want to argue, they just want to win. So it kind of ruins what door you did have, you know, the information that you could have provided them. So I agree, I don't think it's an always works, this is the fix thing, because that's, you know, unrealistic. Everyone has a different way of discussing things, and sometimes they'll come at you with the same argument. They'll be like, no, you need to educate yourself, and, you know, there's no getting across or getting a word in. And for those ones, as much as it sucks, you have to give up and move on. It's not worth the time wasted to sit there and argue with somebody who's not open to even trying to hear your side. That's a person that just one day they'll learn about what's right and what's wrong, hopefully, and maybe they'll look back on their conversation with you and they'll realize that they were a dick and they'll learn from it. Oh god, is this game frozen? Please don't freeze. Please don't crash. Okay. My stream didn't crash, right? Yeah, no, okay. But I don't know. I think that's just my opinion on it. I think everyone's perfectly welcome to disagree with me too. I won't argue with you. But, you know, I think just in my experience from like talking with a lot of people, it's kind of what I've learned is that arguing just doesn't get you anywhere. Yeah, I agree, Wolf. There are definitely people who like anything you say is against them and they take it like as a personal attack and they come at you as if you've like insulted their mother. And it's just not worth arguing with those people or discussing anything with them. You're never going to get past that. Anytime you bring up that topic, they're gonna treat it like you've personally assaulted them. It's just, I do feel like there's sort of a gray area where sometimes people come on very strong, not meaning to, and they turn the discussion sour before you can even really talk about it. Because in the same factor, I mean, if you think about it, if you're coming onto them strong, aren't you just being that person but the other side? You know? You know what I'm saying? So like when they say, you know, that they don't agree with you and you take it as a personal attack, like then you're just the strong arm in that argument. You're just the one who's not even trying to accept or not accept, but understand that they have a different viewpoint. Yeah, what do you mean? I'm right in every argument, but yeah, you know what I mean. It's definitely a thing where I feel like that's why I like to approach my discussions or arguments or whatever you want to consider them with a light hand and just treat it as a conversation rather than letting it get too intense or too angry, because I don't want to be that person who refuses to hear their opinion or why, even if I disagree with their opinion. You know, if they tell me they hate gay people because of religious beliefs and God hates them, like I can still fucking hate them as a person and think they're garbage. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna say it to their face and say that they need to educate themselves and, you know, like be a better person, because at that point there's nothing that I could say that would change that person's opinion. You've reached a point where they're beyond talking to, and you have to cut your losses. You upsetting yourself and becoming, you know, aggravated or like disappointed at that conversation doesn't help you in any way. It doesn't change their opinion. All it does is ruin your day. And it's better to just move past it. You know, you can only win sometimes. Take the wins you get and, you know, cut your losses. Yeah. Yeah, Wolf, right? Any conversation I've had on Facebook, basically. I'm actually gonna take this part more. But I do think it's interesting to see other people's opinions. Yeah, I think that's a hard line. So there's the idea that you can see past someone's negative aspects. And I think to some degree that is true. And I think it's up to a person to decide where that line is. It's really hard because you may not agree with it. You know, you may say, no, but that's unfair. They're a racist person. Like, why is my friend talking to them or being friends with them? But it's a hard thing because it's not your place to decide who they can and can't have friends with. It sucks and it's probably stupid and you probably hate it, and they may have, you know, some undertones of racism that they don't even realize that they're feeling. But in the long run, like they have to figure that out on their own. Um, Balancing the good and the bad in people is something that a lot of people try to do. You know, I had friends at my previous job that were like blatantly racist. I kept them as friends at work because it was useful to me. I know that sounds awful and it sounds like I'm using people, which honestly, yes. Um, it gave me tools and resources that I could ask for help if I needed help with certain things, and they would help me. Doesn't mean that I agreed with their opinions and I thought they were a good person. Absolutely fucking not. But, you know, I think it's kind of trying to weigh the pros and cons of a person. Well, I think that's kind of where you have to find your line, you know? Like, are you going to stop being friends with your friend because they're friends with that person? And that's up to you to decide the severity of how you feel about it. But just remember, like I said, I was friends with bad people. because I needed them for some reason. You know, maybe she's friends with them because she needs that personality, that type of person in her life, and it brings her some kind of relief. But it's hard to say. Yeah, exactly, Wolf. Kind of learning where people got these opinions in the first place, where they came. The origination of the problem is interesting. Also, Tem, don't think I'm telling you that you're a bad person or that you can't not like that person. You're completely allowed to do that. I understand completely. I think everyone just has different opinions on how they handle these situations. I'm sorry, I'm still eating crackers, but like, girl, when you're feeling bad and you get that saltine, So, I think one thing to always take into consideration too is the hypotheticals of some of the stuff that I discuss. I think it's easy to look at things from the outside and tell you what's right or wrong. But, like, I cannot tell you what I would do in those situations. Like, things change. And, a month from now I may feel different than I do right now. Heck, if I had a friend who said that they were fine with a racist who hated LGBTQ plus and stuff like that, like, how would I feel about that? I like to try to see the best in people, but that doesn't mean I'd be okay with that. But I wouldn't know unless the situation happened to me. So I'm never in any way saying that you're making the wrong decision or being too hard on people or anything like that. I think that everyone does have their lines that they are allowed to draw, and people need to respect those. And just because my line may land in a different spot today from yours doesn't mean that tomorrow it will land in the same spot it did today. I hope that made sense. Yeah, I can't blame you if you don't really like her in general, then I wouldn't bother trying to keep that friendship around. I think it's kind of like a balance thing too, because if it was somebody that you're like super close friends with, and like she happened to be like friends with that person because they're a relative or like somebody she's been friends with for a long time, then like I feel like the scenario would be slightly different. And that's the hard thing, is that each individual factor changes your opinion on situations. So it's like, how can you decide without knowing everything involved? If something's right or wrong. And then even so, can you decide without knowing those people yourself? Yeah, and Wolf, you bring up a good point. I think it is a question too if it's like a hurt thing. I know for me, I grew up in a situation where I was in pain a lot of the time. Emotional, physical, whatever. And so I feel like it built like a huge amount of empathy for me. Like, I feel so much for other people. It can be really, really hard because I feel too much. But in the same way, I feel like other people who had the same experience may end up being closed off and like completely separating themselves from other people and like, hating somebody for that reason. Or that they were raised with a parent that used to spank them every time they hung out with the gay kid next door. Like, and how did that affect their life? How did that affect them as a person? And it's hard to say, like, is that doesn't make it okay, but is there at least a little bit more understanding behind them as a person by knowing that they made those choices because of that situation? Wolf. I mean, I think that's another thing too, is how much of it's closeted. As far as LGBTQ plus goes, how much is it that it's their parents hate LGBTQ so much that they feel trapped in their body and they have no choice but to feel a little bit of joy by taking it out on other people? You know? I mean, Tam, I feel like that makes total sense of why it would make you more angry as a person. I mean, you have something that you grew up with. You went to church regularly, probably. You did it as a family thing. It was like a big part of your life. And then to realize that it was something that you didn't actually believe in and you wanted to stop. Like you're cutting out a massive part of your life. It's no wonder it would make you angry. You probably feel betrayed subconsciously. You probably feel frustrated and hurt because all those people that you loved and you spent a lot of time with, they would have hated you as a person. And it hurts you in ways that you didn't even realize, you know? You probably feel even worse because you feel like you can't be around those people anymore. So I think it makes total sense of why you'd be angry. Yeah, I can imagine the struggle while being there. But I think people see church as this thing that's supposed to help them. So you're probably struggling. Stop eating my crackers! Oh my god, Mari! Go away! How dare you! Yeah, I can imagine feeling guilty because you're basically secretly turning your back on the church that you're trying to support. Not that it's like a bad thing, I agree with your opinions, but you know what I mean. And you as a person. Oh yeah, Mari update. So Mari is 17.7 pounds. Stop. She's trying to steal my crackers right now. She is doing good. She's got some bad habits that we're trying to work through. Specifically, she likes to eat shit, as most puppies do. And I find it the most disgusting. And I hate it. So like she will see Hobbs or Kismet like shitting from across the yard. She will run at them full speed with all of the power in her body as I'm screaming at her. And then she'll like stick her head under their ass while they're shitting. Like a goddamn little kid at a gas station fucking drinking a Slurpee out the Slurpee machine with no cup. And I can't. It's nasty. It's nasty as hell. Uh-uh. I posted some pictures of her in Dick if you guys want to see. Like, just this morning I posted them there. I have no idea why she wants to eat shit. Like, the thing is like, all of my dogs in the past have done a good job with, their development. Like, they learn quickly, they, seem to do well, they put on weight easily. But like Mari, she just stays so lean. I like my dogs to have a little bit more chub on them. Not like fat, which is what Hobbs and Kismet are right now, but like a little bit more to them. So I feel like she's gotta just be hungry. But like, I'm feeding her quite a bit, and she shits so many times a day. But like, she's just not putting on very much weight. So we actually just recently switched her food, thinking that maybe that would help. Because like, I don't know, I think she's just too hungry. But like, I don't know if it's because she's got so much energy or what. And I was thinking about doing another DNA test for her because like, I don't know, I just don't think she's a purebred cattle dog. I think that's wrong. I know we did the one DNA test, but I kind of want to go with a different company and just check. Yeah, she's consciously pooping so she can eat it. No, she just poops a lot. Okay, let's go do Dragon Quests. Yeah, shit eater DNA. Confirmed, she does the eat the shit. Oh, did I already finish all the quests here? Shit. I know there's quests that I need to finish. They're at the Foundation. Yeah, half shit too. Could be. No, no worries. I think like, I don't know. Hydrate, guys. I think it's interesting that the world is becoming more welcoming and accepting, but I do still really hate the part of the world that's not. That hateful nature. Like, it just breeds more hate, you know? I feel like, I don't know. It's this thing of like, if somebody's doing something and it's not hurting you, then why does it fucking matter to you? You know? Like, okay, let's say we look at hate groups. The KKK, whatever, any of those other hate groups, the white nationalist sort of groups, they are hurting people. You know? They are physically attacking people. They are, sorry, one second. They are ruining people's job opportunities. They are harassing people. Like, they do a lot to hurt people. So, that's not okay, obviously. But, if you look at LGBTQ+, what the fuck are they doing to hurt people? Nothing! So why the hate? You know? Why does it matter? I feel like disliking certain groups makes sense for a number of reasons. Like I said, if they're hurting someone, if they're doing something inherently bad. But I feel like hating people, like, for just who they are, when they're not hurting anyone, they're not causing any issues. Why? Like, it's such a waste of energy. It's such a waste of your time. Yeah, and I do think that can be a hard thing too, is the people who are like fake gay, fake trans. I hate to call it fake, but you guys know what I'm referring to. It's the people who do it for, you know, yeah, clout chasers. Yeah, let's not talk about that here. I don't want to get banned. It says there's a quest over here, but I'm not seeing it. Is it up here? Yeah, there it is. But yeah, exactly. Like there's it's this weird thing that I feel like it fits into the same group of like um my dislike for people with fake service dogs or untrained service dogs, because I don't want to call them fake because I feel like they do need them in some instances, but I feel like they're improperly trained and utilized, causing problems. Um, I don't know, it's just sort of this weird thing where it's like it's for publicity almost. It's for attention to be noticed instead of like just to exist, just to be yourself. Because in the long run, that's what most people want, is just to be able to be themselves. It's not to get their name out there. It's not to be noticed when they walk into a store. I feel so uncomfortable when I walk into a store and people start pointing at me and they're like, look, a dog, a service dog. Like, yes, yes, it is. Yes, I get it. It's a dog. Yes, it's my dog. Yes. Please don't look at me like that. Please, please don't stare. Please don't come over and tell me to leave, you know? That sort of thing. I don't know. I want people to be more okay with people with different viewpoints and sexual orientations and gender identities. But I also feel like there are people utilizing it in this like negative way to sort of just get attention and be awful about it, and they kind of give it the same negative name as like some other places, you know, like it's the same thing, like I said, like service dogs. Like I can't tell you how many times I've gone to a store and they've been like, no, we've had people come in with service dogs and they're bad, so you're bad. And it's like, what? It just ruins it for the whole pot. Yeah, exactly. We can't have nice things because there'll always be somebody to ruin it. Oh, hey, Hades, long time no see. I thought you were dead. Did you buy that thing for Kyrie? But yeah, I don't know. It's that weird thing with attention, like attention seeking. Even something as simple as like, I saw a video the other day that was this guy on a motorcycle. It's the middle of the night in the UK, and he like lays his motorcycle down and then lays on the ground until a car comes, and then he acts like he was in an accident, because he wanted the attention, sort of thing. And it's so weird to me because if you've ever been in an accident, you don't ever want to be in an accident. You know, like it's not something you'd really joke about or like want to say happened. Like it sucks. So like the idea that somebody would make it up to like get the attention of people, and it feels weird to me. But at the same time, like that's part of an actual mental illness in certain cases. So it's a similar thing that I feel with people, again, with the fake service dogs, with the people who blow it over the top with being LGBTQ plus. I almost feel that it's hard to decide, like, are they doing it for attention, or are they doing it because they don't realize how bad they're being? Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Blah blah blah, sir. Stop talking. Because like I feel like I don't know, for the most part I try to think that people mean well, or that they don't do it to purposefully harm others. But it's hard to like look at a situation and say, is that what's actually happening, or are they just a punk? Are they just trying to start trouble? I don't know. The world may never know. Yeah, exactly. People die for internet. I mean, I can't say much. I've been experiencing, I was telling Chip about this earlier. I've been experiencing some jealousness over one of my friends on the server who is more popular than me. And it's not that I want to be more popular in a way. It's just that like it's a confidence thing. Um, Pick a game for me to play next stream. It's a confidence thing. So like it's not that I want more people to watch my stream or like show up and like fangirl over me. It's because I question, does that person make does that person is that person more popular because they do face reveals? Is it because I am too not confident to share my own face that like I can't be as popular? So like it creates this like second guessingness for me. Like I question like am I just I don't know, not good enough because I won't do a face reveal. Hey Pete, how's it going? Share your face, it's fine. Yeah, everyone, I actually look like Pete. We're twins. You can call us the P and PB and J twins. Oh, I love that too much. We can. It's Pete, Bomber, and me. Yeah, I'll just put your face in the top corner, making like a dorky face. Just make believe that's my constant expression. uh. Yeah, hand cam. Okay, I'll play that next stream. I stream next on Saturday, so make sure you're here. I've added it to my list. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. Yeah, I think that's kind of one of my things. That like I feel like I definitely talk about more controversial, like serious topics, but not like pushy-ish. I don't know. Like my husband currently has been obsessed with this guy named Vosh. And like I tried to watch a little bit of his content, but I was just like, no, this guy is so pompously overconfident that it like makes me cringe. Visage. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll add that to my list of things. Yeah, sure. That's definitely on my list. Anyways, but like I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty chill and not super confident, so. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I worry that that's why less people watch me is because I have a lack of confidence. I think I just get overly nervous. Like, it's the particular person that I'm thinking of, like, we started streaming around the same time, in the same place, with, like, the same people. So I just, like, worry that, like, it's because I'm lame. Oh, really? You don't think I seem not confident? Well, I have zero confidence in anything that I do, so... um, I don't know. I do a lot of, like, games that I like playing, so... Um, I think that's another thing, is, like, should I play games that I want to play, or should I play games that people suggest to me? And I'm open to both, but, like, you know... It's the 580p quality. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely a big old negative for it. But I'm gonna get fiber this year. By this year, I mean after December, so next year. uh, but we'll see. It's supposed to be happening. I have played Undertale, but I haven't played it on stream. Maybe I should play it on stream. I was thinking about playing oh shit, I forgot the name of it. The new one. My brain's dead. Yeah, once they cut through the mountains, Deltarune. Yeah. I have not played Deltarune yet. I was waiting, thinking I would play it on stream, but I haven't decided yet. I just feel like there's so many other streamers playing it. But yeah, I can play it. I mean, I can't say much. I've been playing mostly like Final Fantasy just because like I've been a little bit obsessed. Oh yeah? Have you guys seen my character's new cool outfit? The only thing I hate is the weird bandana. So cool. Yeah, you're cool too, person who walked past while I was showing off myself. You got into game theories and now you can't stop. Sound about right. Is this guy dead? Is he missing a hand? No, it's there. Oh, what's that? Oh, okay, that's freaky. Oh shit, something weird's happening. I've gotten pretty nerdy about a couple of games. Oh, the guy stood up. Oh, he's alive. I thought for sure he was dead. Oh, hello, sir. Oh, I was moaning and I was sweating buckets. Oh, I see. Okay, see you, wolf. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I touched some weird thing. Trying to kill me. I see. Rude. Oh wait. What? This guy's spooky, guys. What did I get myself into? What's this quest? Ooh, the Dark Knight. Ooh, that sounds cool. This is the one that Xbox did, I think. Thanks. Cool. Now I'll continue my quests. Maybe we'll learn Dark Knight. I haven't decided if I want it yet. I think Dark Knight is a tank. I don't remember if it's DPS or tank. If Wolf was here, he'd know, but he had left. Okay, what other controversial, intense topics do you guys want to talk about? Leave him alone to play with his friend. Everyone needs to sometimes. Yeah, sure, whatever your quest is. Oh, that's another knight that looks like the other guy. Except belly. Sorry, I'm just gonna check my quests and see where they all belong. Okay, they're all having me go to other places. Cool. Adventures. Let's see what else things I can talk about. I don't know. I feel like today is kind of a chill day. I have the day off from work. And this weekend I have a long holiday. Oh yeah, Hades. Llamas and hats. Yes, that's a conversational topic we can bring up. How many people have seen llamas and hats? We're getting to the point where we're a little old and a lot of younger generation have not heard of it before, so. Hades, have you decided when you're moving out yet? Yeah, I don't know if Tem would know what llamas and hats are. See? Missing out. It's an old meme video. It's like the shoes video. Everyone knows shoes, right? Once the house market stabilizes, why don't you move out here? The market here is pretty stable and there are some really good houses available. The house near me is actually supposed to be going to be rented. The one that they're building right in front of my house. You could always come rent that. What do you think? Live by your sister? What are what videos? You're not asking me about the shoes videos, are you? Mommy even knows what those are. Finding a new job's easy. I'll teach you Encompass, and then you can get a really good job doing what I do. People are paying like literally 150k a year. It's just one video. It's a shoes video, and it's let's get some shoes. These shoes are $300. That's all I'll give you. You'll have to research. Oh, rude. I forgot you're an IT bitch. Oh, my bad. I forgot you're garbage. Here I was trying to be nice and offer help, but all you want is to keep looking at your trash. Don't worry, one day you'll get on my level. It's such a good video. More crackers. ASMR? That's not my problem. See, I don't have to worry about stuff like that. My job's easy and I get paid better. Seems like a good deal if you ask me. And here I'm offering to teach you for free. I don't know. Sounds like you're missing out on an opportunity. And I'm considered an expert too, so you'd be learning from the best. It's such an easy system too. I built a whole network of people who like talk about this system too, so like it's easy to get help when you're stuck. But you do your IT thing. Maybe you can get with the get with Xbox and you guys can become IT brothers. And live in Iowa. Okay, I'm finally done eating crackers, guys, so you won't hear me chewing anymore. That's my gift to you. Oh yeah, you guys were talking earlier about the school system. I'll tell you about the US school system. Ew, Iowa. Yeah. The US school system is garbage. That's all you need to know. No, I'm just kidding. But honestly, it is really trash. You know it from High School Musical? Oh gosh. I'm so sorry. No, we don't get paid to go to high school. We have to pay to go to school. We pay them. No, so high school in the US is interesting because each high school is different. Well, that's how most people end up. But we're kind of taught that like if we don't go to school, then we'll never have a future. So that's kind of a lot of pressure. It's cool, I guess. You know, that's what I want to worry about as a child. No, but I went to a couple different high schools. And it was different at every school. The last high school I went to had so many more options for classes than all of the other high schools that I had gone to. So I was able to take some really interesting classes, like a calligraphy class, a digital arts class. I took an like an outdoor insectology class sort of thing. That was pretty cool. I took an animal science class. You're just jealous, Hades. You would have really liked it there, actually, I think. Well, I mean, you went for like a little bit, didn't you? I don't remember. No, you left because of your graduation. I remember now. Never mind. You just missed out. Should have just stayed there forever. It's a big old ripperonis. But, you know, it was cool. I got to try lots of classes, and I got to realize that I hate school. I don't know. I feel like you just miss so much in school. Like, there's so much information you're just never provided or, like, talked to about or anything like that, and it just feels like... I don't know. I feel like... How are you supposed to get anywhere when like you're only I always click that when you're only provided half of the puzzle, like that's I don't know. I feel like it literally is that they're like, solve the puzzle of life, here's a single piece, hopefully you don't fuck it up. And then you just go, And it's like, welp. I have no idea what I'm doing, and that's how it is for the rest of your life. I don't think that you ever reach a point where you're like, I know what I'm doing, I understand everything, I know how the world functions. Like even getting out of school, like I still don't really understand how like health insurance works sometimes. Like how coverage works and because of the wording. I feel like a lot of the things in the United States are set up to kind of like make you fail or to trick you. And like, so you're never taught how to properly navigate those things in a way where you won't get like completely fucked. Um, and like it's disappointing and lame because like, you know, all you want is to be able to live your life and not be dead. But they don't make it easy on you. Not at all. It's like they almost make it more difficult because they only provide you like I said some of the pieces and then again like I mentioned earlier it's region based. So like they only provide you the pieces that make sense for their region and their opinions. So if you're in like the Bible Belt, you won't be provided the same information that you're provided if you're in a different area. And it just feels like you're missing out on so much because of opinions. Everything's opinion based instead of fact based, which just seems wrong. Like I feel like schooling should be 100% fact based and not religion or personal beliefs or you know I won't teach you about reproductive health because um, whatever baloney that they tell people nowadays that they don't want, you know. Like I bought this manga relatively recently that I didn't know what I was buying when I bought it. Um, I have this thing that sometimes I'll just pick a manga based on the cover and I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna see what happens. And for the most part, it normally works out fine. This one was also fine, but it was basically a manga that was like, it's a teacher who was hired to teach their students about reproductive health, but like she's eccentric. So like for example, she comes into class one day and she's like, "Guys, look, I've brought in free dental dams for you guys. Let me show you how they work." But like the thing is like I don't remember any of the sexual education classes that I have that mention a dental dam ever or what it's used for. And like this specific manga even referenced that like later on one of the students thanked the teacher and was like, "Thanks, me and my girlfriend were able to use the dental dam and we really appreciate that you were open with us and taught us about it." Like, you know, it's like a thing. Are you trying to say I'm too old? Yeah, yeah, it's like a thing that like there's just parts of your like the world that you just have no idea about. But it's like these things are important for your health. They protect you. It's like if I didn't teach people about fire, like if schools didn't teach people about fire extinguishers or like what an alarm meant, you know, like it feels like it's something important that they should be teaching. I can't believe you Hades trying to say I'm old. We're gonna have to take a quick break because Mari is asking to go to the potty. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and take her. And then I'll be back. So take a 5 minute water break, everyone. I'll be back. Okay, kiddos, I've returned. Mari was very good. She peed immediately, and then she came inside. So it didn't take long at all. It was more Kismet that was like, I don't want to come inside. It's nice outside. And I was like, get out of the house. Oh shit. He got called out, Hades. No, she didn't eat her poop yet this time. You know, we dodged a bullet. But I'm sure next time. I'll keep you updated on the poop saga. Sorry, I'm messaging someone. Don't make poop eating fan art. Please. Please. Don't do it to me. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, I looked up the name of the anime or the manga. It's called Sex Ed 120%. But like they have a really good approach to it, and like I feel like why don't schools do that instead of just being like, no, sex bad, don't do it. Like I understand there's this ideal that if you teach somebody about something, it'll make them more likely to do it. But how does time out someone? 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Tim, I'm sorry, there's not a lower amount. I actually don't even know how to untime out you. It hides all your messages too? Oh, now I feel guilty. Tim, don't worry, I'm gonna remove that feature later. I didn't know how it worked. It was just like one of the auto ones it offered. Hades ruining things. Apologize. Feel bad. You don't feel bad, do you? Is there a way to undo it? Can I untime out? I think I untimed it out. Tim, can you try now? We'll consider it like a 2-minute timeout. 2-second I don't know how long it was. I don't know how to tell time. Someone help me, please. Yay! Tim's alive. Timeout Hades just to make sure it works. Maybe after I adjust the timeout time. I'll probably reduce it a lot to like 2 minutes or something. If I can. I actually fucking have no idea how Twitch works. So we'll see. Kind of dumb, so you know. Are these guys playing dead? What are they doing? What a bunch of little bitches. So weak. Yeah, drink some water, guys. Make sure you hydrate. Huh. A sheep just flew past me. Did you see that? Where is that? Here? 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 Um... Oh, there's like a little area down here. I had no idea. Who knew? Water is cringe. What? Impossible. Yeah, what's your secret, Tim? Is it that you stinky? Got him. I know, I'm a giant dork. Sorry. Okay, okay. I won't tell anyone. You ate half a cucumber? Yeah. Where's the other half? I mean, if you ask me, it should have been a whole cucumber. Oh, I see my mom wanted it. Hades, can you ask, what she wanted it for? Yeah, you know. I guess half a cucumber is enough for some people. Eh? Eh? You guys like my joke? Eh? Eh? The nice silent pause afterwards? Eh? Eh? I'm a professional. No. No, I'm not. Don't listen to me. It's great. That's great. Why do I have to go all the way over there? Tim, you're just jealous of my skills. My jokes are on par with someone else who makes jokes. Oh, I ran out of batteries. Yeah, it makes sense. Reasonable. Gotta have open door policy. Gotta use your options, you know? Aged wine. I think I'm more mature, like rotten garbage that's been sitting there for too long. You know, like it just gets stinkier and grosser. Yes. 'Tis I, the rotten trash. Speaking of rotten trash, every time I go to take the trash out, I hope that I will see a raccoon. And I feel like that's dumb. But like, just imagine, you open your dumpster and there's just a cute little rabid raccoon in there. And then you can name him Robbie. Robbie the rabid raccoon. It's just adorable. I mean, who wouldn't want that? I already have my rabies shot, so it's not a big deal. Like, a guy can eat me and I'd be fine. Yeah. I don't know, Hades. I think you might lose. Whatever the quest is, Moogle, I will help you. What do you guys think of Moogles? Aren't they cute? What? Is that all it takes? I just talk to them and they run away? Oh, I guess sometimes they attack. Hades, we should fight. Now that I know jujitsu, I'm very good at beating people up. No rules? Okay. So many quests, so many quests. How many quests can we do in a day? What do you guys think? I think we can do quite a few. Let's see. Let's talk about some fun topics. It's not the only way I'll talk to you. I just happen to be like feeling a little bit rough lately. Life's always thrown these curveballs and I just open my mouth and take it. Like, just get wrecked. I don't know. I feel like everyone has their ups and downs, and lately I've just been having some downs. I made like a dumb mistake recently that was like very, very upsetting, but it shouldn't have been like that big of a deal. It was just like a dumb mistake. So that was pretty annoying. Yes. This one's for sure broken. I've tried to do this one a couple times, but it's not picking it up right. It's supposed to be a lookout point, but it's broke. No, So like, first of all, I feel like in the United States you're not properly taught about like the difference between a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a counselor, a therapist. And it just keeps biting me in the butt. And then on top of it, the way that they like list themselves is very similar. And so it's like who is helping me and like what is going on? And so I just feel like I'm constantly lost and confused about like what I'm doing. and like I'm trying to make the right choices to like get better and feel better, but like how am I supposed to when everything's messed up? Like it's just it's stupid. So I ended up yeah, they're all different. Yeah, I didn't know they were all different either. So I talked to my doctor because I had been having these really awful symptoms that were like really getting to me because they were making like day-to-day like not possible. Like basically making it impossible to function. And it was becoming really, really upsetting and frustrating. And so my doctor suggested I see a psychiatrist. They didn't really explain why, but like they just suggested it as an offhand thing, and they were like, you can I'll help you set up so you can see one soon. What am I doing in this office? Who the fuck's this? Another person? What the fuck? Who are these people? Oh, hey, it's you. Who has pink hair? Me? I do have pink hair. Okay, they're talking about gods reviving. Okay, sure. Anyways. So, like, I don't know, I decided to set up the psychiatrist appointment. It turns out the doctor wanted me to set up the psychiatrist appointment because she thought that one of my medications was wrong and was causing all the symptoms I was experiencing. But I had no idea. So, like, I just had no idea. And so, yeah, I'll accept all these quests. Give me your quests. Yeah, blah 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 quest. Nice, I'm glad. So I agreed to go to the psychiatrist because I had thought that I had set up an appointment with a therapist for later in that same month. And so I was like, I guess it's best that I like re-see a psychiatrist before I go to the therapist. You know what? I'm gonna finish the quests I have first. Let me start with this one. So I go to, or I set up the appointment, and when I had set up the appointment for the therapist, I had talked with one of my other doctors to find suggestions of good therapists. Is it going here? I guess so. Yeah, I don't know why I'm staring at it confused. So I had talked to one of my other doctors, and they had suggested this person because it's a friend of theirs that they went to school with, and they thought I would get along really well with them, which is basically what it's looking for. When it comes to like scheduling a therapist or a psychiatrist, I want to make sure that I'm only picking people who I feel comfortable with, and I feel like will be able to help me without making me feel discomfort. So, like, I want somebody who's not super old because I want them to be able to understand technology and, like, my day-to-day. Otherwise, I feel like they won't be able to properly assist me because they'll be too stuck on other things where I'm trying to focus on things that I see as important. They may be focusing on something else. I think that made sense either way. But so, I go to the psychiatrist, or well, I have the psychiatrist appointment. It was a virtual visit. It was fine. It didn't take very long at all. It was like no big deal. You know, it's not a big. Why am I? Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, what is this confusion? Yeah, I prefer women as well. And it's not like a mean thing, it's just like a comfort thing. And I think everyone has a right to have, you know, preference to male, female, age, all of those. It's not like a hateful thing, like, or anything like that. But so I was like being very picky about picking a therapist, and I found one that seemed perfect. She seemed like a good fit. Like, she seemed to understand like technology well enough. And so I scheduled the psychiatrist appointment, and I had scheduled the therapist appointment, and they ended up being 2 days apart. So it was the psychiatrist appointment and then the therapist appointment the next day. And so I do the psychiatrist appointment. They agree that they think I'm having a medication side effect issue, and that they want me to stop taking the medication, but I have to go off this whole like process of like weaning off the medication and everything. I can't just stop it. So that's fun. And the next day, I go to see the therapist. So I drive all the way to the office. I like kind of got excited to go because it's like almost like a relief of finally being able to like discuss things that you've been holding in. And to like talk to somebody that's like an outside source and not feel like, I don't know, almost like they're being nice to you because they're friends of yours in a way. I don't know how to explain it. And so I just kind of felt like excited to be able to have that relief, you know, to talk about it. And then I don't know, I got there and and I had made a terrible mistake, but I didn't know it yet. And so like we start talking and she's like, when's the last time you had therapy? And I was like, oh, it's been a bit, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, I've been trying really hard to like find the right therapist. I'm so glad I found you. And then she's like, oh, I'm not a therapist. And I was just like horribly confused. Because like, I don't know, I could have done more research, I guess, but like the other doctor said it was a therapist. When I looked at the person's website, it said therapist. Like there was a lot of things that pointed to therapist. So like nothing really said, I am not therapist. Do not come to me if you want therapy. Like everything was pointing to like, yes, therapist. I help you. I listen to you. Um, she was another psychiatrist. So she does medication management. But I had just seen the psychiatrist the day before. And on top of it, the psychiatrist I had seen the day before was considered an emergency psychiatrist. So they're not like a permanent psychiatrist. So they wouldn't be actually taking me on as a patient. They were just seeing me as a courtesy. So basically, like, they wouldn't see me again. And so, like, it would have been fine if I had just had that appointment and not had set up the emergency psychiatrist. But then that new psychiatrist was worried that the insurance wouldn't cover it because 2 visits in a row, you know, 1 day apart, or not even 1 day apart, like, you know, just like the day after. And so it was like this whole thing where like I didn't know what to do. And like she was really nice about it, but she didn't really know what to do either. And she didn't want to charge me for the visit because she was like, I don't want your insurance to make you pay for this when you just had an appointment yesterday and they already told you what to do. Like I want to make sure that you're not being basically gypped. And like I don't know. It was a whole thing. I felt so stupid. And like that like feeling of stupidity like was just like overwhelming and like very upsetting. Because I don't know, I was trying to do something to help myself. I was not trying to like fuck it up. So I don't know. I felt really bad that like I had done it all wrong and that I had messed it up and like now this lady was trying so hard to be nice to me, but like I was basically stealing like a session from her. Like because I wasn't gonna pay her for it, but she didn't get a chance to like schedule somebody else during that session. So like I just felt bad. And so she was like, you should just call your insurance and see what they say, and then you can schedule another appointment and it'll be fine. I'm like, okay. So I go to my car, but I was very upset for like messing up. Um, and so like I call Dean and I start crying to him. And I'm crying on the phone. And all of a sudden I hear this knock on my window. And I turn around and it's the doctor. But like the thing is I'm like crying in my car. And so it was like this immediate embarrassment because I looked at her without even thinking. I was like, someone's knocking on my window. That's weird. And like looked over and she just like her face went from like excited to like, oh no. And so like I felt really bad. Uh, so I roll down my window and I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. And so she's like, oh, okay. And she's a newer doctor. That's the other thing is like she's like fresh out of school. So she doesn't have a ton of patients, but her family has doctors in it and her dad is a psychiatrist as well. So like she had when I had left, she called her dad to see if there was any way they could put it into the insurance in a specific way so that I would not be charged um for both visits. Um And so that was why she was coming out to talk to me, is because she had talked with her dad about it to figure out an option to get around it for me. And so she was like, "We can see you though." Like, just come on in. But I was like, "No. I don't want to." Like I felt so bad because it wasn't like I had a problem with her or anything. It was just like I had already like reached the point where my glass of emotion had overflowed. And so I didn't think I could like talk to someone anymore. Like I just, it kind of was too much. So yeah, I was like, no, I'll just reschedule. And she was like, "Are you sure? We can talk. It's okay." And I was like, "No." And so I feel bad because like once I got home, I was like, this poor doctor probably thinks that I'm like having a major breakdown about this and that like she somehow is at fault for it and like I feel guilty because like it's not that, like she's a nice lady, like really, like she did nothing wrong, but like it just wasn't gonna happen. So I feel bad because I feel like this poor doctor thinks I hate her. But like it was just like a whole mix up and it was just a little bit too much for me to handle. And so I like cried in my car for a little bit and then I went home. So that was fun. But the thing is like since then, she's texted me a couple times to make sure that I'm okay and to ask me if I want to set up another appointment. And like, I do want to set up another appointment. I do want her to be my psychiatrist. I do still feel really fucking dumb. And I'm like, painfully embarrassed about it. But on top of that, like, I also sort of like, I don't know. I feel stupid. So stupid. And then I've been having like I've been having like the thing where I'm just like, I don't know, maybe I should just never go back to her again because she knows how dumb I am. Yeah, and so like I feel bad because I just feel terribly embarrassed and don't wanna try again because of the embarrassment. So that's cool. Oh, why is it gotta be the extreme one? I don't want to do the extreme one. Everyone always yells at me when I do the extreme ones. But it's a quest. Yeah, I'll probably go back to her, honestly. But, yeah, it's definitely not easy. Cause like, I don't know, it just feels like I'm dumb. But so, I wanted to set up an actual therapist, is my point. And, no, so the thing with the extreme quests is that they require you to know how the mechanics work for that battle. So you have to actually do like prior research to be able to do them. And last time I did one, people got really angry at me and told me that I was useless and were really mean. So I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it again. It's nice to have somebody to be able to get recommendations from. I think that's the hard part that I'm experiencing is I really want to go to somebody who I know will work out first try. I don't want to have to go to like 3 different therapists because I can't find the right one. I want to be able to feel confident in the therapist that I choose that will get along. Solo it. No, that's not how it works. Yeah, I've had some really, really bad ones before that just don't work out for me, that haven't worked out for me, that have been like wrong personality type or kind of rude or didn't really understand where I was coming from. So I've been pretty careful about which ones I choose from. But yeah, it's been kind of a pain because like when I went to search for therapists, I was gonna do it yesterday. And like, I don't know, the insurance calls them something else. So I was like trying to figure out what fucking secret name the insurance refers to them as, so I can like look up ones that are covered in my area. But the insurance makes it so difficult because they refer to them by like 3 different names, and one of them, they may be under one name but not the other names. And then I found one that was like a really good fit based on my insurance saying they covered that location. And then I find out that that specific doctor is not covered. It's only like certain doctors at that location. And I was like, now I have to start all over again because it wasn't worded properly. And I thought that it was covered and it's actually not. And then that just feels like shit because like I just want to be able to go to the doctor and do what I need to and be done with it. But instead, I'm stuck dealing with baloney like this. Wait, where am I going? Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's the thing is like normally they do run it through the doctor that's covered, but with this specific location, the way that they work is they're basically like a big office, that houses a bunch of different therapists that are all considered their own person, and it's not actually the practice, like a practice. It's like a room rental almost. And then they have multiple locations. So like the one that I really like is at a location nearest me. They are not covered by the insurance, but they have certain features about them that I prefer. Certain knowledge sections that I prefer. Whereas I found two other ones that were like, you know, decent. And they're in a different location. No, it's another extreme one. They're in a different location. And it's further away from me. Like a lot further. Like one of them I drive like a, no, stop. One of them I drive like 35 to 40 minutes to, and the other one is like an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes. Oh, cool. Let me just teleport. I did. I just flew right over that door and let myself in. Duty quest. Oh, he looks friendly. uh, these jokes. Do I like living in the US? No. No, I don't. I think the US has lots of negatives. I think that the overall, even just if you think about the education system and the insurance, housing insurance, medical insurance, all of those, I think that it sucks. I would love to live in your garden. I think there are lots of things about it that make it negative in comparison to other areas, countries. You know, I'd almost prefer to move to like Canada or the Netherlands or, you know, any of those places. I don't know if we're supposed to stack up or not. In here. Come on. Yeah, he looks like he's about to wreck us. What? Did he die? Is that no, that can't be it. He's gonna change form or something. Look at his level over here. Oh shit. No, Gaia Online was much less cool stuff that you could do. Oh, cool. That's cool. I like that feeling of being the dead. So this guy seems chill. Oh, that was fucking rude. Oh, fuck. So now that I've fallen off the edge, I can't do anything. So that's the worst part about these things. It really sucks. This boss music do be killing though. Be hitting different. What was I complaining about before this? Oh, the US. Yeah, the US has a lot of negative things about it, but just the fact that you could be left to die because of their health insurance policies, I think that's pretty absurd. I can't imagine that being okay ever. I wonder if they're gonna be able to do it. Because 2 of their DPSs are down. I'm trying to think of what other parts of the US I dislike. I mean, like I said, the schooling system is kind of so varied from one place to another, and then we don't really talk much about other countries. I feel like vaguely, like, talk about certain topics of them, but for the most part we just mind our own, you know? And then it's on like, it's only like certain things. I guess I'll accommodate you since there's no one else here. Kind of feels bad that I was useless. Yeah, Florida exists. That's great. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, that's because we're not taught about them. Like, I learned so much more about other countries just by being on Discord. Like, it's literally insane. And the thing is I've interacted with a lot of people from other places, online. Just never really knew a lot of the, I guess, more like adult facts, more like political sort of facts. All I want is to live someplace where I can go to school if I want to without having to pay an arm and a leg and be in debt for the rest of my life. Where I can, you know, actually be able to get my insurance, like, to cover things. Because the amount of stuff in the United States that the insurance doesn't cover, it's like trying to get you into medical debt. It's like everything here is set up to like get you into debt. To lock you into this spot where you're stuck in debt for the rest of your life. And there's not really much way out of it. And then just some of the practices here are just wrong. Like the way things are handled, I feel like are just awful. Who are you looking at, weirdo? Are you secretly a bad guy? What's that? You about to be killed? Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I just feel like I said, I want some place where I can get medical care that I need, where I'm treated with respect, where people don't treat the people that I love badly. Um, like, I feel like I'm not asking that much. I get fucked, kid. She can read you like a book. I feel bad. I'm gonna do a hot take right now. I don't like Nutella. I don't like hazelnut. Um, I tried to like it. Really did. I couldn't. Um, I just didn't like it. You know what Nutella is? It's like a hazelnut spread. Um, I don't know. I gave it my best effort. Look, I went through the door this time, Hades, just for you. It's a hazelnut chocolate spread. Um, don't fly your weird bomb near me. Get away. Stay away from me. Don't come near me with that thing. You're a straight hazard, boy. Yeah, we do. Hades, are you trolling? I'm trying to think of like where I would live if I could move outside of the United States. I feel like I would just look for some place that like fit the things that I said, you know, just not awful, doesn't hate LGBTQ+, not racist, um, you know, has healthcare that doesn't cost me an arm and a leg. Um, you know, the usuals. That was a big fall. Can I just click the teleporter, please? Yeah, we also didn't grow up together or anything like that, and you've definitely not seen hazelnuts ever in your life, for sure. For sure. Mm-hmm. And they are indeed hazel. Sometimes you gotta ask, what colored these nuts? Yeah, I'm very curious who this little guy is too. Yeah, little guy be sus. So many quests, man. Thanks. Yes. Do make the funny joke. Speaking of funny jokes, what kind of jokes do you guys like? I feel like I'm an old school dad joke officiant. Ha 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 ha, what's up, dog? Ha 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 ha. I like. Yes. I suck and I'm very sad. Yeah, that's me. Hmm. 3% battery. Man, Stream Manager says that I only have one person watching, but I know there's at least two, so I feel like it's always tricking me, and I don't like it. But I guess that's fine. Oh. Man, you're pretty high up there. I'm at like a 0.5. I'm a little surprised. That do be life though. Sure, do this thing. 3% battery, 0% will to live, yeah. Do feel like that. Okay, what are we doing, guys? Are we just walking? Or are you just following me? Okay, I'm the follow the leader kind of lady now. Oh god, their death sounds make me feel bad. Am I supposed to be attacking? Oh shit. Oh, he told me to keep moving forward, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I was just carrying them. Jesus Christ. Fucking scared the crap out of me. I do be a pretty high level though. What? I leave for 2 seconds. Yeah, I feel like I'm just abandoning all my people behind me and it's gonna be me at the end, all by myself. As it always is. Yeah, I mean, I do kind of grind quite a bit, but like, I don't know, I kind of enjoy grinding. Oh, I guess I should get within your shield. Cool. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, you staying behind? Am I going by myself? Yeah, always. Always. They're like, no, 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 Jesse, you go deal with the big scary guy. I'll take these small fry. No worries, Tim. Thanks for chilling with us. It's been fun. Yeah, this guy seemed friendly. He seems nice. He seems like a chill guy. Definitely doesn't seem like he's gonna murder me. Right? Right? He just seems like he wants a friend. We're gonna be friends. He likes my weird bandana patch. But those boots that I'm wearing are like his style for sure. Oh, he got big boy sword. Okay. Cool. It's loading. Hey bud. You seem chill. Let's play a game. It's called Don't Kill Me.
Savages.
Okay. I mean, I guess you're not wrong. I am kind of a savage. You summoned a turret to like kick my ass. I don't like it. Are you kind of weak? Are you kind of weak?
Savages.
What's that? What do these X's mean, my dude?
Can you withstand this?
I mean, I'm still here, aren't I? Seems
There is
kind of like
nowhere to run.
a little baby.
Can you withstand this?
He's gonna do something stupid, weird. Cool. This thing feels like it's gonna explode at any moment. The tigers explode.
Enough!
I guess kind of. Dead now? Okay. It's kind of surprisingly easy. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too strong. Once we finish this one, I'll probably end it, because that'll be probably right around 3 hours. And then I'll be streaming Saturday, or probably around this time, Saturday. Sunday, I don't know what time on Sunday yet, and then Monday, because Monday's a holiday here in the US. So. Yeah, it did cap my level too. Oh, look at my crazy eyes. I'm like, I'm gonna kill you, man. Just make a move. Oh, good, Tim. I'm glad. We only got like a little bit longer, so once we finish this quest, I'll end it. Columbus Day? I think it's Columbus Day. I have the day off. I don't know if you do. Should probably check. Oh, you have something to tell me? What is it? Oh, come on. He used a flashbang. What a baby. He's too scared. Ran away like a little bitch. Oh no, your charger's not working? 24/9? That sounds wrong. No worries. I'm about to end it soon anyway, so you won't be missing much. Bye, Tim. Aw, he's a nice guy. He feels bad. I know, Tim. I'm trolling you. I joked right back. Got him. The yawns do get me. Maybe. I am a ninja. What a nice kid. And he's shorter than me, so it's perfect. We can be friends, kid. Maybe I should start, like, using that mask as my character. Just snatch it. How to block people on Twitch. Good question. Oh boy, we done did the thing. Oh, is there another one here? Did I pick up a second quest here? Hmm. Oh, he's telling him off. Yeah, sure. I like when people bow to me, it makes me feel fancy. People gotta bow to me more in real life. I don't actually, you know what? I don't know if I'd like that. I feel like that would be a little awkward. It would probably be very uncomfortable. Okay, kiddos. We've got like 3 minutes left before it's at exactly 3 hours. So I'm gonna babble for a little bit and then I'm gonna immediately cut it off and say bye and hang up. So, I hope you guys had fun. I know we talked about a lot of topics today, but you're always welcome to bring up any topics you want to talk about. Or if you have like questions or scenarios or something and you want my opinion on it, you're always welcome to bring them to me. I know I've been like super busy recently with depression. It's a full-time job. And so I may not message you or talk with you super often, but it's not that I don't like you or I don't want to talk with you. It's just life is being a little bit difficult, you know, and I'm trying to figure out my shit, and it's taken up a lot of my time to try to figure out that shit. So it's a little rough. You're pretty high up there on my favorite kids list, for sure. But that is all for today. I thank you all for attending. I love you all very much, and you guys have a good one. Bye.